Ready when you are, Elizabeth.
Right, just tell you a little bit about myself. So I was born in a small town in North Yorkshire, where I spent most of my childhood there. I moved to York and lived there for 7 years, and then I moved down to London to go to university, and I did a degree in applied biology. I stayed down there and worked in the NHS in London, and then I ended up burning myself out and ended up in hospital, and I was quite poorly for a while. It took me a while to get myself back together, but it hasn't been an easy, smooth journey. It has been up and down, and I have had relapses, so it's not just you're all better and whatever. I still have to watch myself when I'm just getting a bit too overwhelmed or trying to so what set me off doing what I do is I trained as a NLP timeline therapy and hypnotherapist, and I did practitioner and master practitioner level, and some mindfulness, and that's one of my things is that I'm passionate about helping others prevent getting to the burnout stage, and just helping them get some balance in their lives. So what is stress? Stress is a physical response to mental or emotional pressure, and your body goes into a fight or flight mode, and sometimes your body doesn't recover for a while, but some stress is good stress, like things that make you happy, make you feel good and excited, and then different people have different stress experiences. So some people might have headaches, loss of appetite, concentration, racing heart, shallow breath, high blood pressure, they don't sleep, or they drink too much, or they smoke, and they don't eat properly. And burnout is just stress on a longer period, and you become very very poor at concentrating, you can't focus, you procrastinate, you lack motivation, you've become cynical, you have low energy levels, and you're constantly tired and exhausted, and your moods swing all over the place, and you get irritable and angry at any slightest thing. So some of the tips to help reduce stress and manage your time better is being self-aware, knowing your limits, know when you need to push yourself and when you need to take a step back. Sometimes to achieve things, then you do need to push yourself, but it's just knowing when not to push yourself too far and become out of balance. Also take responsibility in managing your own health and well-being. So one of the things that I do is it's called circle of control. So write down all the things that you that worry you or might worry you in the future, and then draw two circles, one inside each other. So the inner circle is about what you can control, and then the outer circle is what you can't control, and then the outer circle is if you can't control it, then just let it go, instead of carrying it with you, and then with the inner circle, and just think of one thing that would help that helps you control what you can, like do what you can, so that it helps you achieve or move away from the lack of control, so you're able to ease that worry and work through it. There's another thing, like with problem solving, like a lot of the time you see a big problem and it sometimes overwhelms you, so just break it up into smaller chunks, and so it's easy and manageable to work through it, because if you keep it as one big chunk, then it just overwhelms you. And then making decisions, right, about how you feel about this, like, because sometimes decisions can be quite stressful, and you never know whether you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing, so basically write the decision, like what the fors and the against, so the pros and cons about the decision, and then recognise what the fears are, and what you need to change, and then set a time limit on that decision, and then think about whether it's easy or difficult to make this decision, and then try and make that decision with what you've like split it up to, like the pros and the cons sort of thing, and then also look back on, once you've made that decision, what would you do next time? Would you do it the same, or would you do something different? So that's one of the things. And then I think a lot of you already probably do this, set SMART goals, so that's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and time bound, but also I've put in extra few, so it's smartest goals. So educate, having a growth mindset is like one that helps you achieve the goal. Also significant like emotional motivation, why do you care about that goal, and why the results really matter, and will the work make a significant difference to you, and also like the T for the smartest, on the last T, then is a towards state. So are you trying to avoid something, or and sometimes that's not the best place to be in. It's just create a goal that has a compelling future, so that you're not moving away from something. You're compelled to do something that like resonates with you, basically. Another thing is setting clear boundaries, like know your boundaries and know, like learn how to say no. Don't be a yes person and volunteer for everything or say yes to everything. And then what I use is the Eisenhower matrix. So when it helps you prioritize tasks. So so in the top left corner, it's important and urgent. So those tasks you do, these need to be tackled first, and they're usually driven by deadlines or have consequences that if you don't address them properly, like promptly, then you will have serious consequences. And then the second one is important and not urgent. So these are more for your long-term goals that don't require immediate action, but you can schedule these tasks for later, and allocate a time in your calendar to prevent them becoming urgent. And then third one is the bottom lower left corner. It's urgent but not important. See if you can delegate these tasks to other people. Delegation's quite hard when you're on your own, like self-employed person, but then sometimes you can delegate like your bookkeeping or whatever to other people. So but sometimes it is you're a bit more constrained when you're working for yourself, sort of thing. And then the in the bottom right hand corner, then it's neither urgent or important, and these are the ones that you just postpone. They're not essential. Sometimes you can get rid of them, or just do them at a later date. But also another time management thing is like I usually have quite a long to-do list, and a lot of the time, like you're trying to do this, like tick off the things on your to-do list, but a lot of things like get postponed and to do a more like a to-do never list sort of thing. And so one thing that could help that is blocking the time out in your diary. So instead of just having the to-do list, have the priority view and put them in your diary and block time out. But then sometimes I find that can be like, sometimes you block things out, but some things take a lot longer than expected. So just make sure that you have like some buffer time, so that like those tasks that do take longer, you've got that buffer and it doesn't go over and eat into something else, time for something else. And all obviously if things do like go over, and you just have to reprioritize and adjust as you go along, sort of thing. And then one of the other techniques that I use is the Pomodoro technique, where you set the timer for 25 minutes, and so you work focused on those, like focused on one task and don't multitask, because like you just, it's better to focus on just one task at a time rather than, or switching tasks. So you set the timer for 25 minutes and then you have a break for 5 minutes. So that break could be just walking away from your desk, doing a stretch, doing some deep breathing. At the end I'll do some deep breathing exercises that just take a couple of minutes. It's just so that you like move out of the work zone and your brain has a rest, and you move like physically as well. You could go just for a quick walk, or just doing some stretching exercises, or help just get yourself a bit more balanced, a bit more focused, so that you're more productive when you go back to your 25 minutes. So when the 5 minutes is up, then you set the timer for another 25 minutes, and then after 25 minutes, take an extended break of 15 to 30 minutes, so that you're not always sat in one place and just like focused. If you were focused for an hour or 2 hours, then your brain's gonna become tired. So it's just more productive to just take that step away from your desk. got a list of some of the productivity tools and apps that help streamline tasks. So people might already use these, but Asana's good for like managing projects, helps teams collaborate and assign tasks to each other. Todoist is another project organisation, and it does due dates and priority levels. I use Evernote, like to capture note taking, like creating lists or note taking or for ideas, that sort of thing. Some people might use their notes app on there if they've got an iPhone. Other people might use Microsoft OneNote, which integrates Microsoft Office, which helps with note taking and capturing and organising notes. Another time tracking app is Toggle, and it tells you how much time you spend on each task and each project. Or there's Rescue Time, which tracks your computer usage to give you insights in your daily habits and time allocation. For project management, people might use Trello, and that's got visual boards and card system. Other people, like more engineering type people, then they might use Jira for software development, and has agile features. Focus is another one, which enhances your focus and productivity by playing background music, which is tailored to your working style. Forest helps you grow a virtual tree, and the tree dies if you leave the app. Freedom blocks distractions and websites and other apps. Automation, for automation, some people might use Zapier. It connects apps and automates workflows. And then there's if this, then that, that also automate workflows. There's a mind mapping one called Xmind, and then there's a few habit trackers. There's Streaks for iPhone and Habit Now for Android. And then one good app is Read It Later app, because it saves articles or videos that you might not want to watch right now or don't have the time to watch right now, but you can save it for later. So other things to help you manage stress is like doing journaling, reflecting on what's gone right and what's gone wrong, but also like especially what's gone right, and celebrate the wins. A lot of the time we look at things and we always think of the negatives, like what's gone wrong, and those are good to learn from. What's gone wrong, what could you do better, and whatever. But it's really important to celebrate your wins, because that in itself, it gives you a dopamine hit, which it just makes you feel good about yourself, and also like it just helps with you general happiness and well-being sort of thing. But also journal of what things you're worried about, what other progress things that you made, and what things that excite you, and just like focus on something a bit more positive rather than the negativity. There's a lot of negativity around us. So I'm talking a bit about some feel-good hormones. So dopamine is a really good rewarding chemical, and so you get dopamine hits from completing a task, doing some self-care activities, eating food, or celebrating the wins. And then oxytocin's the love hormone. When you play with the dog, or play with a baby, or hold hands, or hug a loved one, or whatever. Oh.
I feel so much better. Well, yeah. Okay. Oh.
Serotonin's a mood stabiliser. So like sun, obviously wear sun protection, but sun's a good serotonin inducer. Meditating, running and being out in nature. When you are out in nature, take time to listen to the birds, look at the trees and look at the flowers and stuff. It's just being a bit more looking at, just appreciating your surroundings, sort of thing. And then endorphins is a painkiller. So laughing, exercising, dark chocolate, essential oils help you induce endorphins. So sometimes you might think, oh, I don't have time to go to the gym or whatever, but even just a 10-minute brisk walk just around the block will help your well-being. Keep hydrated. Yes, people say put a water bottle on your desk, but I find with a water bottle it will sit there, and because I'm so focused on my work, I don't drink it, so I tend to just glug a whole big glass full, so that at least I'm hydrating myself, because sometimes I just forget to take those little sips. So yeah, it's easier for me to drink a bigger amount just in one go. Do say avoid sugary foods, because although it gives you an energy hit, it's a short-term energy, and it makes your energy level slump after that initial hit. Although I do eat sweet foods and whatever, but eat vegetables and fruit. I mean, a lot of these are just seem common sense, but when you're overwhelmed and you've got lots of work on, sometimes you just forget these sort of things. Avoid drinking too much caffeine or drinking too much alcohol. One of the things to help productivity is get 10 minutes of sunlight into your eyes before 10 AM and avoid bright blue light after 10 PM. Have a good sleep routine. Sleep's very important for your mental health and well-being. And try and get 7 to 8 hours. I mean, some people don't need that. Some people need more. But try and go to bed before 11 o'clock if you can, sort of thing. Just to help you with being more productive. And to be able to sleep deeply, do instead of intermittent fasting, you do intermittent digital fasting. So you stay away from the phone 1 hour before bed, and then let your phone sleep in for an hour, and when you wake up, and that helps your mind, like it helps your brain sleep deeper and have better quality sleep. Obviously, taking breaks from social media can help with work-life balance, unplugging your phone, that sort of thing. Connecting with others, just spending quality time with loved ones and friends. Limiting your exposure to toxic relationships or environments. Sometimes that's not quite so easy in a workplace, but it's one of the things that people might struggle with. Reading for pleasure, doing something good for someone else, doing something creative like writing, painting or crafting, join a dance class maybe, do activities that make you bring joy and laughter, because that yeah.
You're welcome. Can I just stop you for a second? Because it's just gone 2 o'clock, and I'm just conscious of the fact that she'd asked us to finish at 2.
Okay.
Is there much more to? Because what you can do, if you've got that printed out, I can actually email that out if you want me to people.
Okay.
I was just conscious that she asked us to be done by 2 o'clock today. You see, that's
Okay.
all. I'm sorry, I hate interrupting people, but
No,
I was
that's
just looking
fine.
at the time.
I'll finish with.
So I know they've got to try and turn the room around for
Okay.
another event later on. That was all.
Alright, I'll finish with some breathing. So could you close your eyes and just picture a colour you associate with happy and positive thoughts. Now picture a colour that helps with positive thoughts, and take a slow breath in. Picture a breathe in the positive colour, and then breathe out the negative colour like grey or black. And then inhale for 4, count to 4, and then hold your breath for 4, and exhale for a count of 4, and then pause for a count of 4, and then inhale again for a count of 4, hold your breath for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, and then breathe out and